Hi everybody on Facebook. This is Scott Williams, President and CEO of Discovery Park of America, and this is a moment of discovery. I have with me here today Lindsay Frilling, who is with the Obion County Chamber of Commerce. We thought it would be a good opportunity for us to talk a little bit about what's going on with the coronavirus and how it applies to both small businesses, large businesses, and also individuals and what they should be doing right now. So welcome, Lindsay.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about what is going on. How are the businesses right now? How are you working with them, and what can they do if they have questions or don't know what to do?
Well, we are being overloaded with information at the chamber, so we're trying to decipher through as we go. The main is those essential businesses, Tyson and Williams Sausage and some of those that are feeding the world, so they are actually essential. They're both hiring, trying to stay staffed, and then I have other businesses that are checking to see if they're an essential business or not an essential business. I've had a couple of businesses repurpose what they're doing to make face masks and to make parts for hospital beds. So our larger industry are really trying hard to stay relevant and be essential to help with this overall pandemic. And we answer the questions the best we can while trying to make sure we're answering those correctly. So I have actually engaged our lobbying firm, Butler Snow, several times and helping to get us some answers. And we have also just had to refer people to their own attorneys, accountants, bankers, etc.
Of course, Discovery Park is a museum, and we're part of the tour and travel industry here in Tennessee. And so we've been having frequent meetings with Mark Ezell and the team with the state tourism team. And of course, tourism, restaurants, hotels, we're all going to be struggling for a while through this. What about the local restaurants? I know a few were still doing curbside deliveries.
Yes, they are, and that's been one of the questions that we had today when I was in the office. We are keeping our office closed, but we are still working, but we do have to go in occasionally, but of course practicing social distancing if we're there at the same time. But we had a business call it's a clothing store, and they said, well, can people still order? We've got people wanting to order and buy things, but are we essential? And it's like not a decision that we can make, but it's about using good judgment. Mm-hmm. The governor has asked everybody to stay at home, and the best thing to do is stay at home. But again, it's not really our call to make. It's really going to be up to the local municipalities and how that gets policed and taken care of. But personally, I want to keep supporting those small businesses. So if I can order and place an order online with them, just not pick it up right now, So that's another option. As far as food, I believe that the restaurants are still considered essential because it is food, just like our grocery stores and our pharmacies and those other businesses that sell the things that we have to have, the food, the toilet paper, the sanitizer, and everything in between.
Well, here at Discovery Park, anybody who's not doing a position that is essential is now on leave, and so they can stay home and not have to drive about other than to go to the grocery store or the drugstore. Of course, obviously, you and I are 6 feet apart, and I've got a mask that I'm taking out. I think a couple of things that we at Discovery Park can do to help folks at home. We've uploaded some information to our blog, so you can go to our website and go to our blog and see some essential phone numbers for people who live in Tennessee and Kentucky to be able to contact. And then our friends at Baptist Union City gave us an info sheet that we've been referring to and using, and you can download that there if you would like. There's also some other helpful information from the Tennessee Department of Health that you can find there also. What other kind of questions are you guys getting about COVID for individuals?
Well, people are concerned, some are laid off and some are being asked to stay at home. There's a little bit of ambiguity in how that's being handled. And I was talking through email with a fellow chamber. Our group was just kind of talking among ourselves about how we're handling the situation internally, but also how we're helping businesses. And one of my chamber friends said that she helped somebody try to file for unemployment yesterday, and it took like 2 hours to do. So we're here to try to help do that, but I just think that those websites are getting so overloaded right now that everything is kind of being slowed down. But in the meantime, we actually received your information from Baptist, and then we're going to be sending that out. So we normally would send out an email once a week, and our email can go to anybody. It doesn't have to be a chamber member. Right in this time, we're helping everybody. They don't have to be a member of our chamber. I mean, we're always advocating for businesses, but especially during this time, we have just opened it up to help anybody. So if you want to get on our email list, you can go to our website at obioncounty.org. Go to the bottom, put your email address in, and then you'll start receiving. We started sending the updates daily now. So we created a page on our website just for all the different resources that we've come across from state, federal, all the other, like you said, the Department of Health, the tourism area, because I know that tourism is one of our biggest industry in our county and in the state. So, we're feeling the effects of that day in and day out. So we're just trying to be an informational hub for people. So I just encourage you to, again, go back to our website, obioncounty.org, and take a look at that resource page. And please email us, call us with questions, because sometimes we don't know the answers, but we will definitely figure out where to find the answers for people.
And one tip that I know Baptist, in my conversations with them, had suggested is a couple things. If you do feel like you need to have a test, and you do go get a test to see if you have the virus, then go home after that. Don't go back to work, because you may have it and you may be accidentally spreading it. So if you're even thinking you feel bad and you have congestion in your chest, and you get a test, then go home afterwards. The other thing is, when you do go to the hospital or the doctor, let them know that you've had a test. If you go back again because you're not feeling well, you really want to communicate. And I think communication is going to be what's really important for all of us during this time, is to stay really tight, to use all the resources that we can find, especially online, now that we have Facebook and we have e-newsletters and we have ways we can communicate. At the Discovery Park team has had many Zoom meetings this past few weeks. So we've been spending a lot of time in our homes communicating on Zoom, which has been really helpful. So
as have we. We've been doing meetings with the Department of Tourism, the Department of Economic Development, the federal side of things with the National Federation of Independent Businesses. I mean, it's just, like I said, the information is coming from so many different sources. But then, we have the Zoom meetings among ourselves and fellow chamber people. And really, that helps the most, because you realize we're all in the same boat. Maybe just even if we are operating in different areas of business, we're all having the same issues, and we're all maybe struggling socially, because, coming here to talk to you all today was, one of the first times I've been around people just for trying to practice social distancing and being quarantined. But as we talked, I just felt like it was important for us to reach out to the community together to let you know that we are here. We want to help as much as we can and follow, the governor's orders, because Brooke and I had planned a gift card day today to go out and buy a gift card to support your local businesses. And obviously we still want you to do that. And if you can do it online, do it. But we don't want to encourage people to get out unnecessarily. So after this passes, maybe we'll get to do a redo on that. But one other thing that we've been talking about trying to do, and it's still in the early stages, but maybe have some t-shirts made, of OC Strong or something to that effect, and mark them up in price, and then take the profit that we make from that and go around and buy gift cards from businesses in Obion County, just to inject money back into those businesses. So stay tuned for that. We're still navigating to see how that's going to work out, but we're just trying to figure out how we can help people with information and just support.
And I do think it's an important point for people to know that this is going to end, and we are going to get back to business, and we'll be stronger than we were before. I remember after 9/11, after the terrorist attacks, when a lot of us that are old enough now to have been working back then, and we were stronger afterwards, and we learned a lot from it. And I think, as we all spend more time with our families, and as we all reevaluate what's important in our lives, I think we're going to come back bigger and stronger and better than ever before. So it's important to remember that, and to have hope that things are going to get better.
Absolutely. And although I've always appreciated teachers, but now that I have a 12-year-old at home, You know, teachers are definitely jewels in our community, and my hat's off to you for doing what you do day in and day out, because that is not an easy job. And I just really appreciate those people that are in education and what they do for our children, you know, because our children, you know, they're our future. They're our current, but they're also our future too. So thank you for those of you, and all of those medical, as you mentioned, Baptists, but all of the frontline workers, from the police, the fire, I mean, people, infrastructure, public works, you know, people are still out working because we still have to keep the basics going in the community. So there's a lot of people out there that are serving the community and risking their own health, and we really do appreciate that. And we do have some groups locally that are helping them. I know that Paige at Joann's has been donating elastic, and then there's a sewing group on Facebook that's making masks, and they're taking orders regionally for these masks. So there are things out there, and there are ways that people can help. You just have to get out, like you said, get on Facebook, look at our Obion County Chamber of Commerce page, or check out Discovery Parks page. But there are ways to help those people that are out on the front lines continuing to serve. And
here's an idea next time you go to the grocery store, if you have to run pick up toilet paper, if you can find any, is when you're checking out, grab a gift card and put some money on it and hand it to the person who's sitting there checking you out, because I think they're the ones who are, you know, really out there, really working hard so that we can all have food and toilet paper, and other things. So, well, thank you so much for coming and talking with us and giving us some ideas of where we can go find more information. I hope this has been helpful for all of you. For more moments of discovery, you can go to our Facebook page, which you're obviously at right now. Be sure you like and subscribe and comment and share this video and the other moments of discovery that we're doing. Thank you so much for joining us.